Two timelines, two souls, one curse, and over a millennium of hatred. Our stories start 1,500 years ago during fall of Gaia. The general dies on the battlefield at the hands of Shilla nobleman Doha, who immediately kills the rest of his family to set an example. However, his daughter Rita survives and vows to get revenge on the man who ruined her life. An undisclosed amount of time passes until one fateful night. Doha stands over his dead body as a spirit and watches the woman he loved run away after slashing his throat. Rita turns around to look at Doha one last time before jumping off a cliff, and with the roles reversed, Doha is now the one seeking revenge. Rita reincarnated as Young Dae, and she is a firefighter who always rushes to save in need. She always has nightmare about the events that happened in her past life. However, when she wakes up in cold sweat, she has no recollection of her dream. Her heroism becomes the inspiration for a new public service advertisement, and the face of the campaign is top star Han Juno. Though Juno looks identical to vengeful spirit Doha, the two are not the same. In fact, their personalities seem to be polar opposites. Juno is your typical bratty celebrity, and cleaning up after his messes is his older brother. One day something happened, and he wakes up in the hospital. As it turns out, he has late-stage cardiac cancer, but currently only his older brother knows about it, and decides not to tell him. Our top star returns to film the advert he postponed. Young Dae appears on set for the refilming, but when she interacts with him off camera and they end up fighting. As Young Dae grumbles about a rude punk, a commotion catches her attention. She finds Juno passed out in his van. The vehicle crashes into the river, and without a moment of hesitation she dives in after him. While Young Dae manages to free Juno, her foot gets stuck in the process and she loses consciousness. Floating in the water, Doha reaches out to her, and as their lips meet, she wakes up and swims to shore. Back on land, Juno is unresponsive, and all her efforts to save him are for naught as the doctor in the ER pronounces him dead. After Juno's body is placed in the morgue, Doha's spirit enters it, and he wakes up without a single bruise. The first thing our new host does is find Young Dae, who fainted after Juno's death, and hugs her. He claims to have missed her, but while his words sound sweet, his actions say otherwise. He reaches for a knife, but as he attempts to stab her, an invisible force pushes him away. Relieved to see Juno alive, Young Dae ignores the fact that he is holding a knife and checks to see if he is all right. Her actions remind Doha of the past, and the memory makes him faint. When he wakes up again, she has already left the hospital. But Doha has waited far too long for her to get away this easily. After being discharged, he finds out where she lives and goes for a second attempt. Like before, a force field shields Young Dae from harm. He finds that he can't harm her. So for now, he goes back to being top star Juno. Of course, the people around him notice the change in his behavior, but his identity remains hidden to all except for his poor manager, who learns the truth and becomes his new lackey. At first, he thinks his new body may be an inconvenience, but when he reads over a script Juno was eyeing, he recalls the source of her guardian angel, a talisman a young monk gifted her when she was a child. So later he meets her at the press conference and thanks her for saving his life. Later he tells her that he will keep her by his side every day. She was speechless and left. After that, his older brother hires him a bodyguard, but he tosses the bodyguard to the ground and says he will choose his own. Later, when he asks her to be his bodyguard, she tells him that she will be going far away soon, but he refuses to let her leave. This is it for now. The first episode wasn't that good, but it really gets better in second episode. I would recommend you to watch it. If you like the story, please like and subscribe.